Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Turner Show with your host, Mark Turner. Yay! I take it that's a good sign. It's episode 11. Who's Funnier? Happy Appy, and we're going to start off with SpaceX SpaceP. There's been an issue with the toilet system on the Crew Dragon spacecraft, and this is the Endeavour spacecraft that undocked today. In fact, there's a live stream going on right now, and this capsule has splashed down successfully near Pensacola just moments ago, but there was a pee problem.
A tube that sends urine into a container broke off during the mission and leaked into a fan which sprayed the urine in an area beneath the capsule floor.
So the pee-pee literally hit the fan.
The Inspiration 4 crew didn't notice anything during flight.
Not even a little smell?
It only affected the internal section under the floor. The redesign involves a fully welded system with no joints. SpaceX, concerned that the same toilet issues are plaguing its other vehicles, had astronauts use a borescope to investigate the Crew Dragon currently docked to the ISS. They confirmed SpaceX's suspicions and indeed found similar contamination.
Similar contamination meant there was pee-pee in there, and so they decided to turn off the toilet system, and the Crew Dragon that just returned had to wear diapers just in case they had to go pee. Their flight was only about 10 hours, including, getting into the spacesuits, so they might have been able to hold it. They might not have had to have a live stream in their diaper splashdown situation. Anyway.
Under the floor, William Gerstenmaier said. Gerstenmaier is the vice president of mission assurance at SpaceX.
Looks a little bit like maybe the son of E.T.
Astronaut pee is mixed with a compound called oxone, and SpaceX worried that might corrode hardware on Crew Dragon if pools around the system unchecked for months. So SpaceX did an extensive tests on the ground that involved soaking aluminum parts in an oxone pee mixture. For an extended period of time, the oxone pee-soaked aluminum parts were placed in a chamber that mimicked the humidity conditions on the ISS.
Hey Fred, it's your turn to go pee on the aluminum parts.
SpaceX found that corrosion growth caused by oxone pee limits itself in the low-humidity environment onboard station. So Crew Dragon appears to be resilient to piss. William
Well, so Crew Dragon is resilient to piss, but they did have to turn off the toilet for their splashdown. They do have a solution. They're going to weld the tube instead of having it glued, and that should take care of the problem. It should be a little more comfortable flying from here on out. There is a Crew 3 scheduled to launch as early as Wednesday. This flight has been delayed. It was originally scheduled for October 31st, and it's over a week delayed. They had to fix the pee problem, but there were weather and health delays. But that is scheduled for next week. Stay tuned for that. So there will be hopefully no more pee problems on the Crew Dragon spacecraft. We'll be right back. So I wanted to play this video. This is a NASA time lapse of the spacecraft Juno flying over the vicinity of Jupiter. So Juno and Jupiter, I'm calling this segment Juju. And there's some great Juju on this video. This is the moon Ganymede, Jupiter's moon Ganymede. Look at the surface of this thing. I don't know, fascinating. This is ice, and below this ice is water, liquid water. And they say there's more liquid water on Ganymede than there is on our planet Earth. I think this is just amazing imagery from the spacecraft Juno. Juno is actually past its end of life, so they're just sending commands to it to get whatever data and video they can. And right now it's gonna go take a pass at Jupiter. In fact, I'm gonna fast forward this to get a little closer to the Jupiter imagery, which I just find incredibly beautiful. You'll notice there are some flashes of light, and I'm not really even sure what those light flashes are. You know, maybe it's rockin' New Year's Eve on Jupiter. Or maybe explosions of the gases in the atmosphere, or I don't know, maybe even impacts. Jupiter is one of the more impacted objects in our solar system, mostly because it's so huge. Isn't this beautiful? Thank you, NASA. Thank you, Juno. Thank you, Jupiter. Wow, I just think that's amazing imagery that's free to all of us because it's NASA. NASA, European Space Agency, they both put out really excellent, high quality video, which brings us to Happy Appy. And this week's Happy Appy is NASA. NASA's where I get a lot of my videos, and it's just a cool collection of photographic images, video, Twitter feeds, NASA TV. But the images are usually very high quality, beautiful stuff, and it's all free. There is the NASA TV, which is a live feed of what's currently airing on NASA TV. And so, yeah, it's interesting content a lot of the time. They do a lot frequent interviews of ISS personnel. So, yeah, I highly recommend this Happy Appy NASA. It's free. Look for it in your app store. When we come back, we're going to finish up with Who's Funnier? Okay, so as I mentioned before, there has been a scoring change. As it turns out, in the last episode of Who's Funnier, I replayed it and I didn't understand the joke the first time. You know, a lot of it's on the delivery on some of these things. But anyway, I adjusted the score. Now it's a little bit closer. It's 6-4, but we're going to try again and see who's funnier this time. We're going to start off with Alexa. Tell me a joke.
Why was the DJ so good at bat? He knew how to hit that extra bass.
Okay, kind of a baseball joke going on. Let's try, hey Siri, tell me a joke.
What do you call a chicken at the North Pole? Lost.
Okay, I laughed at that one. So we're going to give the winner to Siri a 6-5. Getting closer. Stay tuned for the next episode of The Turner Show, and we'll find out who's funnier next time. Thank you for tuning in. Want to say thank you for being a loyal watcher of The Turner Show. We'll see you next time. Bye.